Y'all, I just need to tell you about this pumpkin pound cake. It's perfection. I love when I come across a recipe that is just perfect as is, and this is one of those recipes. All of the ingredients complement each other beautifully. It comes together so quickly, and then you can top it off with this amazing cream cheese glaze, and it's kind of a flavor explosion in your mouth. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm using 2 kinds of sugars in this recipe, and that is brown sugar, which you're gonna use a 3/4 cup, and granulated sugar. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add my butter. I've had this butter sitting out on my counter for about an hour, so it's nice and room temperature. And then I'm gonna turn the mixer on low and let that butter and sugar really come together and get nice and fluffy. It's gonna lighten in color just slightly. And next I'm gonna add my eggs. Now I've had my eggs out as well because I'd like them to be room temperature as they're going into the recipe. And because they're room temperature, they're gonna incorporate beautifully into our butter and sugar mixture that's in our mixer right now. Now I'm just going to add these one at a time, but once you see that egg is incorporated, you can go ahead and add the next. And then some vanilla. I like to use extra rich vanilla because I like my cakes extra rich. Next, we're gonna work on our dry ingredients. I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that, I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I like to use kosher salt in my baking. I'm gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then I'm gonna add a full teaspoon of baking powder. We want a really nice, high, fluffy cake. And then I'm gonna add a full 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. All right, I have got all of my dry ingredients incorporated, and then I have next to me 3/4 cup of room temperature buttermilk. I'm gonna alternate my dry ingredients with my buttermilk as I add it to our butter mixture. All right, this looks great. It's time to add our last ingredient. I have about 15 ounces of pumpkin puree here, and I'm gonna add this to my pound cake batter and just gently fold it in. So now we wanna get this beautiful batter into our pan. Let's just get all that batter right in there. And I'm just gonna use my spatula to smooth out the top. That's it. It comes together that quickly. I'm gonna pop this into a 350-degree oven for about 50 minutes. You probably wanna start checking it about 45 minutes. So there's pretty much nothing better to serve with pumpkin pound cake than a cream cheese glaze. I use about 5 ounces of cream cheese that's at room temperature. That's important. You don't want lumps in your glaze at all, so if it's not room temperature, pop it in the microwave, or if it's still in the package, soak it in some hot water so it really loosens up a little bit. And then to that 5 ounces of cream cheese, I'm gonna add about 2/3 cup of confectioner's sugar. And then here's my secret ingredient in this glaze. It is buttermilk instead of milk. You know cream cheese and sugar can be really sweet. This is one way to cut into that sweetness, but not make it bitter. Our final ingredient is vanilla, my favorite. We're gonna do about a teaspoon. And then just turn your mixer on, let it do the work for you. You want a really loose consistency because you're gonna see how beautiful it is when we drizzle it over that pound cake. So here I have my cooled pound cake, and now we get to pour over some of that beautiful glaze that we made. I just can't wait to do this. It's my favorite part. The anticipation is building. I feel so excited about this. I don't know if it's just me, but there's just something so beautiful about a delicious glaze covering your cake. I don't know if I'll ever get over it. One of my favorite things in the world. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. This recipe is always perfect, no matter what I do. Because I have made mistakes before, but it doesn't matter. Perfect crumb, light and airy, smells amazing, perfectly matched with this cream cheese glaze. This is the cake of fall. Like, you're gonna love it, your family's gonna love it, people are gonna come to your house and ask you to make it for them. It's just what happens when you're an amazing baker. And this cake is gonna make you an amazing baker. I think I need to take a bite of this. I've earned it. So have you.